Hello students, and welcome back to the second part of our lesson. How children in some parts of our country go to school and what difficulties they face while doing so. Let us once again recall what we have learnt. The bamboo bridge used in Assam. The Vallam, a small wooden boat used in Kerala. The trolley used in Ladakh to cross over deep, wide rivers high up in the mountains. Now, let us move on and see some more ways in which children are going to school in India. First, we travel to the state of Rajasthan. Rajasthan is a very hot, dry place with desert lands. There is sand all around. It gets very hot during the day, and so people use the camel cart. The camels feed and padded, which helps them to easily walk on the hot sand. It's like they have their very own natural boots. This camel cart to reach school. In some villages, especially in the plains where the land is vast and flat, the children travel on a bullock cart. This cart is pulled by oxen. See how happy the children look to ride the bullock cart to school. It looks like fun, doesn't it? Would you like to ride a bullock cart to school? You a question. Look at these pictures. Do you find anything in common among them? Well, they are both vehicles that use animals, and these animals are attached to a wooden cart with wheels. Do you know any other such carts that are pulled by animals? Which are they? Is a horse carriage or a horse cart, also known as a tonga. In some places, groups of girls travel far and wide through difficult roads to go to school. At first, girls did not go to school here because it was too far. But now, because of their bicycles, they go safely together to school. Next, we shall go to Gujarat. Gujarat is also a hot, dry place like its neighbor Rajasthan. Here, they have come up with a very new, unique vehicle called the Jugaad. If you look closely, you will see that it looks very much like the carts pulled by animals. But this cart is pulled by a motorcycle. Yes, what a clever way of making a vehicle go faster. The Jugaad is sometimes made using waste materials like pieces of wood. Some children have to go on this Jugaad to school. See how it is a combination of a wooden cart on wheels and a motorcycle. Some children have to go through thick forests to reach school. These forests are full of trees and rough paths, but the children still walk through and go to school. In the northern hills of India, there is heavy snowfall, so children have to walk over snow. If the snow is soft, then their feet sink into it, making it very hard to walk. And if the snow is frozen into ice, it is very slippery and you can trip and fall. These children hold each other's hands and walk together on the snow. In Uttarakhand, there are many mountains in which people live. It is close to Ladakh. Here, children have to walk long distances over rocky paths. On the mountain to reach to school. Oh, how tiring it must be to walk every day so far over such difficult paths like forest, snow, rocks and mountains. We can only imagine what it must be like for these children. We have seen going through different landforms and places that are in our country. We have forests, deserts, plains, snow, mountains and rivers, and so on. Our country has so many different places and landforms. Each place has its own unique challenges, and in every situation, we see children bravely overcoming their difficulties. We must appreciate all the blessings we have in our own life and be thankful for it. We have now reached to the end of our lesson. Let us revise what we have learnt. In Rajasthan, children use camel carts to go to school. In some villages in the plains, children use a bullock cart to travel to school. In some places, groups of girls ride to school on their bicycles. In Gujarat, children use a special vehicle called the jugad. The jugad is a vehicle made of a motorcycle in the front and a wooden cart at the back. Children also walk through places like thick forest and snow to reach school. In Uttarakhand, children living in the mountains walk on rocky paths to go to school. I hope you all have understood this lesson, children, and thank you for watching. Take care.